Have you ever quietly noticed how differently people treat their birthdays? Some plan weeks in advance, reservations, guest lists, photos ready for social media. Others let the day pass almost unnoticed. No cake, no gathering, sometimes not even a mention, just another sunrise, another sunset. At first glance, it's easy to assume something is missing. That indifference must mean sadness or loneliness or emotional withdrawal. But human psychology is rarely that simple. When someone treats their birthday like any other day, it's often telling a much deeper story, one shaped by experience, adaptation, and self-understanding. For some people, the reason is rooted in quiet disappointment. Maybe earlier in life their birthday didn't feel important to anyone else. Cards forgotten, plans canceled, effort made but not returned. When this happens repeatedly, the mind learns a subtle lesson. Don't expect too much. Psychologists describe this as a form of emotional conditioning, where the brain lowers expectations to protect itself from pain. Over time, the birthday loses its emotional weight, not because it doesn't matter, but because caring once hurt more than not caring at all. Then there are those who don't ignore their birthday, they're simply overwhelmed by life. Deadlines pile up, family needs attention, responsibilities blur the weeks together. In this state, the mind enters something psychologists call time compression. Days pass without pause, and special dates no longer stand out. The birthday arrives, not as a moment of reflection, but as an item buried under everything else demanding attention. It isn't rejection, it's exhaustion. But there's another group that often gets misunderstood. These are people who are fully aware it's their birthday and still choose not to celebrate. Not out of sadness, not out of stress, but out of emotional independence. As people mature, many stop tying their sense of worth to external rituals. They no longer need proof in the form of candles, gifts, or public acknowledgement. Research on self-determination suggests that long-term well-being comes from internal sources, autonomy, purpose, and quiet confidence. For these individuals, the absence of celebration isn't emptiness, it's peace. They already feel grounded in who they are. What's fascinating is that this mindset rarely exists in isolation. People who downplay birthdays often carry the same approach into the rest of their lives. They don't chase attention, they don't measure their value by applause, they tend to find meaning in consistency rather than milestones. That doesn't mean they never feel lonely or unseen. It means they don't wait for one specific day to feel alive. So, whether someone throws a party or lets the day pass quietly, neither choice is wrong. One might reflect old wounds, another reveals competing priorities, and another speaks to a deep sense of self-acceptance. The real question isn't how you celebrate your birthday, it's why. Do you need the moment to feel valued, or have you already learned how to value yourself without it? If this reflection resonated with you, this channel explores more of the psychology behind everyday behaviors we rarely question. Subscribe to stay with us as we continue unpacking the patterns that quietly shape who we are.